Now, the Health Secretary for England, Matt Hancock, says he took swift and decisive action when he changed his mind about lifting local restrictions in Bolton and Trafford. Restrictions were due to be lifted there today until the late change of mind by ministers this morning, as they cited a significant rise in the level of infection rates in recent days. The region's mayor, Andy Burnham, said the government's decision-making was complete chaos. Our health correspondent, Dominic Hughes, reports now from Altrincham.
At the Common Ground Cafe in Altrincham, customers are trying to process the off-again, on-again lockdown regulations. For students Katherine, Olivia and Katrina, it's a bit of a mess.
When I left the house to come and meet these two, it was one thing, and we sat down and I got an alert on my phone to say that there's been a change around, that we're going back to being under lockdown in the north, which was a bit of a surprise, but I'm not actually sure really what we're supposed to be doing.
People will probably be very complacent. I don't think people will follow the rules as strictly because they are so up and down and so hot and cold.
Local councillors had argued that restrictions on household socialising should be maintained. Conservative MPs and ministers said it was safe to lift them. 12 hours after the restrictions were eased in parts of Lancashire, West Yorkshire and Greater Manchester, they were reimposed in Trafford and Bolton. Back in the cafe, Adam has been left bemused.
It's a no-win situation for whoever's in charge, but having such a short change between the restrictions, between 12 hours, is going to encourage people to go and do what they want. And that's what's going to cause more problems.
The Mayor of Greater Manchester, Andy Burnham, has described the events of the past few days as complete chaos. Speaking to MPs yesterday, the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, gave no sign whatsoever that he was prepared to change his mind. And yet today, he said reimposing these lockdown conditions here in Trafford and in Bolton was the right thing to do.
We took that swift and decisive action, having seen in the last few days the number of cases of coronavirus almost double.
Cafe owner Julie just wants consistency.
Making a governmental decision from London without discussing it with the council leaders does seem a little bit rash and unfair.
If people are expected to follow the rules, they need to know what they are and where they apply. Local politicians are saying today's U-turn is hardly going to help. Dominic Hughes, BBC News, Trafford.